brother Kyle.
What's up?
And tonight he brought over, well, I can almost say this is probably the most intriguing beer that I've heard of in a long time, or perhaps ever. Because, yeah, Ballast Point's Indra Kunindra. I nailed that. Nailed it. 7% ABV. It's a limited release. This is an India-style Export Stout. And this one, what we're using here, guys, a stout with madras curry, I might have pronounced that wrong, forgive me, cumin, cayenne, coconut, and kaffir lime. Goes on to say here it's a collaboration with award-winning homebrewer Alex Tweet, released in limited quantities, explosion of South Asian flavors, reason enough to kneel down and thank the heavens, and further proof of San Diego's status of brewer's playground, a beer lover's utopia. Did I have to read that? No, but it was short enough. It's not a stone beer, it only took a minute. So, super excited myself. You've had this in San Diego at Ballast Point?
Yeah, at the brewery. It was hard to say because it was at the end of a long brewery day, but
the palate was fatigued to say the least.
Fatigued, but the curry was.
You remember the curry?
Curry was up front. I remember not liking it too much, but that's yeah.
Something that stood out on the fatigue palate was curry. So anyway, I think we're not too fatigued tonight. We've had a couple beer, but Kyle brought this over, and I'm sure excited to try it. A little nervous in a way too, but let's see what we think of it. Never had a beer with curry. I don't think cayenne either, but maybe cayenne. Actually, I don't know. Kaffir lime I've had in a beer. Coconut I've had in a beer. Maybe cayenne and curry might be the only two not, but give you guys a quick look. Fairly pitch black, I would say. Maybe there's a little light in there, but kind of the Coca-Cola head to it. It's fairly fizzy. Definitely a soda pop look to it. Let's get to the aroma. Oh, dang.
Yeah, there it is.
Definitely that curry. Curry, I get the lime too.
I get the lime too, yeah. The coconut's kind of there, but kind of hidden.
How bizarre. You smell this, and I almost picture you got a plate of like your curry rice and maybe some beans on the... I don't know, you smell dinner. Doesn't smell like you're smelling a beer. How bizarre. How bizarre. How bizarre. We should be listening to that song. Who sang that? How bizarre. This smells so freaking weird. It smells like good food. It smells like a good plate of like rice, beans, kind of an East Indian curry dish, which that's exactly what they're going for. Did you get the coconut?
Yeah, it's there, but it's hidden.
Curry.
I mean, it's kind of with the curry dish, right?
Spicy.
So yeah.
The lime. But I don't get any stout qualities. I get everything they say in there. Maybe not the coconut, but it. Wow, it smells wild. Let's dig in. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
There's the coconut on the finish. It's creamy on the finish with that.
The curry's not as big. It's not as upfront as I remember.
I almost, just from what you kind of remembered of the beer, I'm expecting this is going to be terrible. And I'm not getting that. Wow. There's the cayenne, absolutely. There's a bit of a spiciness, kind of... Wow, I can't compare it to like Stone's Crime for spiciness, or even Ballast Point's Sculpin, which is quite spicy. This is just like, it's mild, but it's kind of there. Your tongue gets prickled with it. So pretty good. I don't know, this is interesting. I like that. Am I crazy here? That's pretty good.
Oh, it is really good, yeah. Or
The aroma, that for me is on the flavor up front. It's that cayenne, the curry, that kind of East Indian dish. Because it almost feels like you're having a bit of a meal. Then it's the spiciness for me, the mid-palate. It becomes spicier. And then maybe that coconut, kind of a creamy mouthfeel to the finish. And maybe the lime, very ever so slightly, just kind of finishing the palate, kind of cooling it off. This is pretty damn good. I am impressed. How all these things could work in a stout, I would never believe it, but I'm enjoying it.
yeah, and that's what I put on my Untapped. I was like, I'm not gonna review this. I rate it because it was unfair.
I just can't. You smell it and you just do not think, like your brain does that. You know, it's tricking you. It's not going to allow me to think that's a drink. It smells like a plate of food. It's crazy. But then on the taste, it just works. It's bizarre.
Yeah, the curry's just not as powerful. It's balanced quite well with
Could that be this has a bit of age? And maybe the curry maybe had it real fresh on tap, that it really, this has a good balance. Maybe there's even a bit of like that stout, a little roastiness. Ballast Point's tricky, I think. Is that a bottle on? Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting. The flavors they come through. I think you get a bit of everything. Maybe the coconut and lime are a little more subdued and maybe just on the finish. But I don't know. This is pretty good. I'm enjoying it. I don't know.
I didn't think I was going to,
What do you feel on it overall? I don't know. I like it. You get a nice bit of spice, mid-palate, the coconut kind of creamy finish to it. Your curry up front. It gives you everything it says. Maybe not to every degree, but pretty good stout.
That's pretty much what it says on the label. That's what it is. I don't know. That's a tough one to read.
Man, I'm torn. I want to give it an A or like a B plus. It's kind of my high 80 or a 90 for me. Like, I'm enjoying it.
I was thinking around 88, 89.
No, I'm gonna go there too. I'll go B plus, but on the highest end, and say it's an 89 for me. And surprisingly, so. And I'll end on that. Keep it a little short. I think we've rambled on a bit, but appreciate you bringing it and sharing it with me, bro.
Anytime.